Hi everyone. Today let's discuss about Java. The main topics covered in this section will be AWT in Java, event handling, and along with two examples. So starting with Java, as we all know, Java is a popular programming language and it was created in 1995. It is owned by Oracle and more than 3 million devices currently run on Java. Java provides many features as it is platform independent, secure, high performance, simple and powerful. All these make it still popular today. So let's move on to our presentation to understand more about Java adaptability and event handling mechanism. So let's start with adaptability. Adaptability stands for Abstract Window Toolkit. It is an application programming interface for creating graphical user interface in Java. It allows Java programmers to develop window-based applications. Features of Adaptability. Adaptability is a set of narrative user interface components. It is based upon a robust event handling model. It provides graphics and imaging tools such as shapes, colors, etc. Adaptability also avails layout managers, which helps in increasing the flexibility of the window layouts. Supports a wide range of libraries that are necessary for creating graphics. So let's talk about AWT packages. AWT provides various components like button, label, checkbox, etc. that can be used as objects inside a Java program. AWT components use the resource of the operating system, that is, they are platform dependent, which means components view can be changed according to the view of operating system. The classes of AWT are provided with Java AWT package for various AWT components. So we have discussed about the various packages that are available in AWT. Now let's move on to class hierarchy. This is the class hierarchy that is followed in AWT. The main class is the object and it is followed by component. The component consists of button, label, checkbox, voice, list, container, etc. And under the container, window and panel comes. And it goes on. Now let's move on to event handling. Event handling is prime to Java programming because it is integral to the creation of applets and other sort of GUI-based programs. Events are supported by a variety of packages by including java.util, java.awt, and java.event. The program response is generated when the user interacts with the GUI-based program. So these are the three main objects in event handling, that is a source object, a listener object, and an event object. So let's deal with these objects in event handling in a more detailed way. First comes the source object. The source object is an object that generates an event. Next comes a listener object. A listener is an object that listens to the event. A listener gets notified when an event occurs. Then finally comes the event object. An event is a change in state of an object. So this table now shows the events, their sources, and their listeners. You can refer it for further details. So now let's move on to our main topic, that is list. The object of list class represents a list of text items. By the help of list, user can choose either one item or multiple items. It inherits component class. AWT list class declaration is shown below. It is like this: public class list extends component, implements item selectable, accessible. Now let's move on to an example program. So this program consists of a class known as list example. It extends frame. Now it has a label L2 and a list L1. Then the constructor is written down. L2, the label L2 is assigned with the value course and its location is specified using set bounds, and it is finally added to the frame. Now list L1 is also created. It consists of four elements, and the four elements are BC, BPA, BSW, and BCOM, and its location is also specified using set bounds, and finally it is also added. And then the set layout is set to null, and we have wrote the main class or main function. Then object is created, then set size is specified, then set visible is set to true, and we have set the background color to green. So now let's execute this code. So the code is compiled. As we can see, the window has appeared. Now we can see it has a label named as course, and below it we have set a list with 4 elements. So the program is executing successfully. So we are now moving to the last topic of our session, that is action listener. The Java action listener is notified whenever you click on button or menu item. It is notified against action event. The action listener interface is found in java.awt.event package. It has only one method, that is action performed. Action performed method is invoked automatically whenever you click on registered components. So now let's see how we can implement action listener in our programs. So it has only simple 3 steps. So the first step is implement the action listener interface in the class, and it can be done by the following syntax. Public class list example implements action listener. Here list example is the name of our class. The second step is register the component with the listener, and this can be done by component.add action listener parenthesis. In parenthesis we have to write instance of listener class. And the third step is override the action performed method, and this can be done by the following syntax, that is public void action performed. In bracket we have to write action event e, and it is followed by curly bracket. In curly bracket we have to write all the codes necessary. So now let's move on to an example that demonstrate the above topic. So this is the sample code, and in this code we have list example as the class, and it extends frame and implements action listener. Then we have list L1 and label L2 and L3, and it is almost similar to the previous code that we have discussed, and it has some 2-3 statements that additional. Here we can see L1 dot add action listener of this. This is an additional statement, and we have a new method, that is public void action performed action event e, and in that we between the curly braces we have written L3 dot set text, that is you have double clicked L1 dot get selected item parenthesis semicolon. So this is the output that we will get when we double click on any of these data elements like BCA, BBA, BSW, etc. And we have the main function or main method, and we have created an object, and we have called s dot set size, and we have set the visibility to true, and this is the code. Now let's run this code. So the code is compiled. Now let's run it. So now we can see the window. This is the window that we have created. So here we can see the label course, and we have the list consisting of BCA, BBA, BSW, and BCom. So suppose if I double clicked on any of these elements, suppose if I am going to double click on BCA, so we can see a text, you double clicked BCA, and if I click on BSW, then you double clicked on BSW. So by this we can understand that our code is successfully running. So that's all for this section. Thank you all for watching.